Kody, why you say that?
Everybody already knew I was crazy.
You said it.
I loved the challenge because it was physical, and a little bit less emotional of a challenge, to be honest with you. And it was like, rather than man versus man, it was really kind of man versus nature in a way. And the experience, hard as it was, I relish it. It was almost spiritual in a sense. Yeah, it just made me feel connected to Source, to God, and the experience that I had was incredible. And
in a revelation that left both fans and critics buzzing, Sister Wives star Kody Brown has made it crystal clear where his heart stands after years of public drama and fractured relationships. With his once sprawling plural family reduced to a single partnership, Kody declared in an explosive exclusive that he is fully devoted to Robyn Brown and has no interest in ever dating again. His words struck like a thunderbolt, not only reigniting debates about favoritism but also raising questions about whether this vow of loyalty is an act of true love or another move in the saga that has defined his controversial journey. The world of Sister Wives has witnessed its fair share of shockers, betrayals, and heartfelt confessions, but nothing quite prepared fans for the latest revelation from Kody Brown. In an explosive statement that has left social media buzzing and fans across the country divided, Kody declared without hesitation that he is entirely committed to Robyn Brown, and that there will be no other woman in his life. For a man whose plural marriage once encompassed multiple wives and complex family dynamics, this declaration signals both a dramatic shift and a dramatic affirmation. Yet for those who have followed Kody's public journey for over a decade, the announcement is layered with questions. Is this vow a genuine commitment of the heart, a response to the scrutiny of his past decisions, or a calculated moment of image rehabilitation? The timing of Kody's confession could not have been more charged. Over the years, viewers have watched the ups and downs of the Brown family unfold on camera. The tension between wives, the estrangement of children, and the media storms surrounding favoritism and fractured loyalties. Through it all, Robyn has remained a focal point of both admiration and controversy, often described by fans as Kody's favorite wife, a position that has sparked endless debates and sometimes deep resentment from the other women. Kody's recent declaration, made in an exclusive interview, seems to double down on that perception, positioning Robyn as the singular center of his romantic commitment, while signaling that his days of juggling multiple relationships are firmly behind him. The statement sent shockwaves through social media almost immediately. Fans of the show flooded comment sections with a mix of astonishment, support, and disbelief. Some praised Kody for finally acknowledging the depth of his bond with Robyn, viewing it as a long-overdue act of loyalty. Others, however, criticized the move as emblematic of his pattern of favoritism, questioning whether such a bold declaration undermines the years of complicated relationships he maintained with his other wives. Twitter and Instagram erupted with debates over what this vow truly signifies: a genuine promise of monogamous devotion, or merely another chapter in the saga of a man whose romantic life has always been publicly scrutinized. Inside the Brown household, the impact of Kody's statement is just as dramatic. Christine, Janelle, and Mary, all of whom have long shared a complicated history with Kody, were reportedly aware of the interview prior to its release. Sources close to the family suggest that while the women have each carved out their own paths after distancing themselves from Kody, the announcement still stirred emotions ranging from disbelief to quiet validation of long-held suspicions about Robyn's favored status. In private conversations, Christine reportedly expressed frustration that such public affirmations continue to reinforce a hierarchy that has caused years of tension, while Mary was described as quietly reflecting on how the pattern of favoritism shaped her own experiences and expectations. Janelle, meanwhile, expressed concern about the implications for the children, recognizing that Kody's public declaration could further complicate already delicate family dynamics. Kody himself, however, seems undeterred by potential criticism. In the interview, he emphasized the sincerity of his commitment, describing Robyn as his partner, confidant, and the woman with whom he feels most complete. He painted a vivid picture of a relationship built on mutual understanding, shared faith, and decades of experience navigating the complexities of family and life together. He admitted that the past was fraught with mistakes and missteps, but insisted that this declaration represents a turning point, a moment of clarity and accountability that he hopes fans will understand and respect. For Robyn, Kody's vow appears to be both a validation and a challenge. As the wife often labeled the favorite, she has long faced scrutiny from the public and tension from her co-wives. Kody's statement, while intended as a gesture of devotion, also reinforces the spotlight on her role within the family. Observers have noted the subtle complexities in Robyn's response, a mixture of relief, pride, and cautious awareness of the inevitable scrutiny that accompanies such an announcement. Her public demeanor, polished and composed, conceals a lifetime of navigating the pressures of being both adored and envied in equal measure. The reaction from the Sister Wives fanbase has been multifaceted. On forums and fan groups, discussions have ranged from wholehearted support to incredulity and sharp critique. Many longtime viewers celebrated Kody's vow as evidence of personal growth, arguing that his commitment to Robyn shows an evolution from the man who once struggled to balance the competing needs and emotions of multiple wives. Others view the statement as a reinforcement of old patterns, highlighting the imbalance that has often plagued the family and questioning whether such a public declaration truly signals transformation or merely spectacle. The online debate continues, fueled by clips, interviews, and commentary, and it has reignited interest in the dynamics between Kody, Robyn, and the other Brown women. Psychologists and relationship experts observing the situation have weighed in on the possible motivations behind Kody's dramatic vow. Some suggest that making such a public commitment is both a form of accountability and a strategic effort to define his personal narrative, particularly as his life unfolds under the glare of reality television and social media. Others argue that the announcement may be a form of compensation, a way to reconcile his past patterns of favoritism and estrangement by emphasizing his devotion to a single partner. Whatever the interpretation, the statement undeniably amplifies the drama surrounding the family, reigniting conversations about loyalty, love, and the challenges of maintaining harmony in a family with such a highly publicized history. Kody's words also serve as a stark contrast to his earlier interviews, where he often spoke in vague terms about his responsibilities to multiple wives, faith, and family structure. In this exclusive, he leaves little room for interpretation, making it clear that Robyn is central to his romantic and emotional life. In a revelation that has sent ripples through the Sister Wives fanbase, Kody Brown has publicly declared that his heart belongs entirely to Robyn Brown, reigniting discussions about favoritism, loyalty, and the long-standing complexities of the Brown family. For years, viewers have watched as Kody navigated the challenges of plural marriage, often facing scrutiny for the perceived disparities in his relationships with Christine, Janelle, Mary, and Robyn. Now, with this candid proclamation, Kody appears to be drawing a clear line, one that places Robyn unequivocally at the center of his emotional life. Yet the announcement comes amid decades of family tension, estrangement, and public speculation, leaving both fans and critics wondering whether this is a statement of genuine devotion or another moment of controversy. Timing could not have been more dramatic. Over the years, Robyn has often been labeled the favorite wife, a position that has generated debate and, at times, resentment from the other Brown women. Kody's recent declaration confirms this perception in the most unequivocal terms, essentially elevating Robyn above the others in matters of the heart. For fans who have followed the Brown family through seasons of conflict, reconciliation, and heartbreak, this announcement represents both validation of long-standing suspicions and a spark that threatens to reignite old wounds. Social media immediately erupted, with fans dissecting every word, questioning Kody's intentions, and debating what this means for the family dynamics moving forward. Inside the Brown household, the implications of Kody's statement are deeply personal. Christine, long vocal about the inequities she perceived in the family, reportedly viewed the announcement with a mix of disbelief and restrained frustration. Her decades of experience navigating a plural marriage have been marked by compromises, sacrifices, and attempts to maintain harmony despite feeling sidelined at times. Janelle, similarly, has grappled with feelings of distance from Kody, even while maintaining a bond rooted in shared children and history. Mary, often quiet and introspective, has repeatedly expressed the emotional toll of being in a marriage that failed to meet her needs. The acknowledgement that Robyn holds Kody's heart exclusively underscores dynamics that many have quietly observed for years, and it raises questions about reconciliation, closure, and the ongoing emotional impact on the family. For Robyn, the declaration is both affirmation and responsibility. To be publicly acknowledged as the sole focus of Kody's romantic devotion carries weight, particularly given the scrutiny she has endured over the years. Her position as the favorite wife has often placed her at the intersection of love, envy, and criticism. In making Kody's feelings so explicit, she is thrust further into the spotlight, balancing the praise of loyal fans with the silent judgment of those who view her role as divisive. Observers note the complexity of her emotions: gratitude, relief, pride, and cautious awareness of the inevitable scrutiny that accompanies such a public acknowledgement. Fans, as always, responded in dramatic fashion. On forums, Instagram, and Twitter, discussions ran the gamut from admiration to disbelief. Some celebrated Kody's vow as evidence of growth and clarity, seeing it as a long-overdue affirmation of Robyn's central role. Others questioned whether this declaration merely reinforces old patterns, highlighting favoritism and imbalance within the family. Memes, comment threads, and heated debates erupted across social media platforms, emphasizing that Kody's statement did more than reveal feelings. It reignited ongoing discussions about fairness, attention, and loyalty in plural marriages. Kody's words also illuminate a turning point in the Brown narrative. For years, viewers have watched him navigate the tensions between multiple wives, often struggling to reconcile individual needs with the larger family structure. By stating unequivocally that Robyn holds his heart alone, Kody is reframing the story for both fans and family members. This is not merely a statement of love, it is a public realignment of family hierarchy, a declaration that reshapes the perception of relationships that have been under scrutiny for years. Psychologists and relationship experts observing the situation suggest that Kody's declaration may serve multiple purposes. On one hand, it signals emotional commitment, a desire to focus on one primary relationship. On the other, making this public assertion allows him to control the narrative, ensuring that his version of devotion is clearly communicated before critics can interpret it differently. Combination of personal sincerity and strategic communication is typical of individuals whose lives exist both publicly and privately, and it adds a layer of complexity to understanding his motivations. The announcement also reverberates through the Brown children. Those who grew up witnessing the hierarchy among the wives, the preferential treatment, and the occasional conflict now face confirmation of what they may have felt intuitively. Robyn occupies a central place in their father's emotional life. For some, this may clarify past dynamics, while for others it may reopen old wounds. Tension between admiration for Robyn and loyalty to their mothers creates an emotional landscape as complex as any episode of Sister Wives itself. As the public reaction continues, debates swirl not only around Kody's devotion but also around the broader implications for plural marriages depicted on reality television. Kody's declaration serves as both a reflection of individual choice and a lens into the unique pressures faced by those navigating multiple, overlapping relationships under constant scrutiny. Fans and critics alike dissect every phrase, analyzing what it says about love, loyalty, and the consequences of long-standing family dynamics. The statement leaves one undeniable truth: drama has been reignited. Kody Brown's unequivocal declaration that his heart belongs solely to Robyn has placed the family, and the audience, at the center of a narrative that is simultaneously emotional, provocative, and deeply revealing. serves as both affirmation of love and a mirror reflecting years of complexity, favoritism, and emotional consequence. Whether this moment fosters understanding, resentment, or reconciliation, it has undeniably left the Sister Wives family and its fans reeling, proving once again that in the world of the Browns, love, loyalty, and heartbreak are never simple. In a revelation that has sent shockwaves through the #SisterWives fanbase, Kody Brown, patriarch of the widely watched reality TV series, has made an unequivocal statement regarding his romantic commitments. "I'm only committed to Robyn, no dating ever." This declaration has stirred a maelstrom of reactions, from disbelief to admiration, and has reignited the ongoing discussion about the complex dynamics within polygamous families as portrayed on reality television. Known for his intricate relationship with his multiple wives, Kody has long been the center of attention, both on-screen and off, and this latest pronouncement may mark one of the most definitive moments in the series' history. Kody Brown, whose life has been meticulously documented on Sister Wives for over a decade, has always walked a fine line between public fascination and private controversy. Over the years, viewers have witnessed the ups and downs of his marriage structure, from open disputes and emotional confrontations to moments of reconciliation and family unity. Yet despite being married to multiple women, Kody's latest statement suggests a narrowing of his romantic focus, placing Robyn Brown firmly at the center of his personal and emotional life. For longtime fans, this may be both a shocking and revealing acknowledgement of the hierarchy within the family dynamic, as Robyn has often been perceived as his most favored partner. Context of Kody's statement is essential. In a recent exclusive interview, the reality TV star addressed rumors and speculation surrounding his interactions with other women outside of his primary household. For years, tabloids and social media users have speculated about potential relationships or flirtations, often interpreting his behavior through the lens of a polygamous lifestyle that is frequently misunderstood by mainstream audiences. Kody's blunt assertion, "no dating ever," serves to close the door on these narratives, presenting a rare glimpse into his personal boundaries and ethical considerations regarding relationships. While fans are divided in their reception, the implications of this statement resonate beyond the screen. Social media platforms exploded within minutes of the news breaking, with fans dissecting every nuance of Kody's words. Some applauded him for transparency and loyalty, interpreting his words as a rare admission of personal growth and self-awareness. Others, however, expressed skepticism, questioning whether such a declaration could withstand the complexities of a family structure that has historically been fraught with tension. Online forums were flooded with discussions, ranging from speculative debates about how this commitment affects the other wives to broader reflections on Kody's motivations and the pressures of maintaining a public persona in a high-profile polygamous family. The focus on Robyn is particularly striking, given her prominent position in the family and the series. Over the years, Robyn has often been the subject of speculation regarding favoritism and influence within the household. Kody's statement seems to reinforce a hierarchy that viewers have long suspected, suggesting an emotional and perhaps practical prioritization that may have been simmering beneath the surface.